Welcome, everybody, to another segment of Film Class. And this one, I'm going to be talking about what I watched last night viewing, but also I've decided to start combining a lot of my segments. So this will be a combined what I watched last night to a handful of recommendations I watched that started basically during quarantine, and then also other movies that I would like to own, and also I would like to recommend. So, to get this show on the road, we will talk about what I watched last night. And last night I watched a new DC animated movie called The Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham. First off, I just want to say this movie's great because it's basically Batman trying to stop Cthulhu from coming to Gotham, and it's great. It's freaking fantastic. The director is Christopher Berkeley, who did a few episodes of Young Justice, did Teen Titans, and the Jackie Chan Adventures. And then there's another director called Sam Liu, who also did Gotham by Gaslight, Batman Year One, Young Justice, Crisis on Two Earths, Planet Hulk, and Hulk Versus, which I love every single of those projects that both those directors worked on. I love all of that. So it's one of the reasons why this movie probably kicks ass. It was originally written, like the comic book and everything, was originally written by Mike Mignola, who is the father of Hellboy, which is, hands down, such a great character and story. And God, I've been meaning to just read more and more. I think I only have like 8 books, and I want to get up so much more. So, we'll just go ahead and talk about this movie. Hold on, I can pull up the IMDb. Because there's a lot of voice actors in this, and a lot of just other actors. And also John DiMaggio's in it, obviously. But the story begins, because it's like an alternate world where Batman and like the Batman family are set like in the during the Prohibition era. And it's literally about Batman and his family, Dick Grayson, Sanjay Todd, who was actually Jason Todd, but they changed him up, and then Kaylee Kane, which is Cassandra Cain. And of course Alfred, and they're trying to prevent this cult following to do dark things, because Batman doesn't believe in magic, he doesn't believe in magical spells, or he doesn't believe in like the supernatural. So he believes this cult is just going around doing killings, and it starts with him going to Antarctica to look for Professor Oswald Cobblepot. Because one of my favorite things about this movie is, just like all the other multiverses, is it's basically the same characters you know and love, but different versions of them. This movie includes a version of Penguin, a version of Mr. Freeze, a version of Killer Croc, a version of Nightwing, a version of Red Hood, a version of Poison Ivy, a version of Two-Face, a version of Talia and Ra's al Ghul, and then a version of Oliver Queen, Green Arrow. And it's basically just... Oh, and also Etrigan is also in it. And there's probably a few more subtle things in it, and I'm pretty sure Superman, Lois, and Jimmy Olsen are at the very end of the movie. And also Kirk Langstrom is in it, a.k.a. Man-Bat, a.k.a. one of Blake's favorite DC villains to ever exist. But, and also Batgirl, a.k.a. Oracle's in it, and she has, like, psychic seance powers. Because, again, they take these characters that you know and love, but they twist them slightly. And I don't want to spoil a lot too much, because it literally just came out, and it's really, really good. Plus, my partner and me are going to watch this together, and I don't want to spoil too much for her. But this movie is goddamn great. Because, again, it's characters that you're familiar with, but they're told in a different way. So, Poison Ivy is not the Poison Ivy you know. She's, the birth child of, like, Cthulhu tentacle plants. Like, I don't know, it's weird. And then Killer Croc is there, and he looks really sick. And then Talia al Ghul and Ra's al Ghul are part of, like, the Order of Ghoul, which is the people who are trying to summon Cthulhu. And then, of course, Two-Face is there, and Oliver Queen's there. And Oliver Queen is really cool. Like, seeing Green Arrow in that version was really badass, because he's a pretty badass dude in this movie. So yeah, I really recommend this. It literally, I think, just came out. It's really well directed, and again, its origins are Mike Mignola from Hellboy, which, Guillermo del Toro's made, 2 movies of, and they try to do that reboot. So it's great. If you love the Hellboy, and if you love like the Cthulhu, like the dark aspects, which is again why it's probably Mike Mignola, because that dude loves Cthulhu. But no, it's super, super great. And in the beginning, Batman fights mutated penguins, which I thought was pretty cool. But then you also do see naked Oswald Cobblepot. Oswald Cobblepot. You see him naked, and I didn't really appreciate that part, because you see like his butt, and I was like, God damn it. But no, I really recommend it. I also recommend Gotham by Gaslight by the same director. That movie's also really good. And again, same characters that you know, told in a different fashion. And this one, The Doom that Came to Gotham, had a bunch of twists and turns in it. And I was really excited to see Etrigan the Demon because I love that character. Jesus. Inappropriate. But, so that's what I watched last night. Really recommend it. And now we're going to just move on to just a handful of recommendations that I have. Starting with the first one, which is Air Force One, which starred Harrison Ford, and that came out in Air Force One IMDb. That came out in 1997. The bad guy's Gary Oldman. This movie was a pretty fun, exciting action movie, kind of like a stupid premise, which I love. And of course, it stars Harrison Ford and Gary Oldman. You can't go wrong with either one of those dudes. I really enjoyed it. Pretty sure I watched that one over quarantine. And then this one I actually finished recently. It's called Akudama Drive. Akudama, there we go. Came out in 2020. It's like a Netflix original anime. And it's really, 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 really solid. It is so freaking good. It's basically... I guess I should tell you the plot of Air Force One. Terrorists get on the plane of Air Force One. Boom, there's the plot. But the plot for Akuma Drive is like 7 criminals are hired to do a heist together, and then conspiracies unravel, and all the criminals have like their own, freaking quirks. Like there's the brawler, the courier, the hacker, the doctor, the con man, all these kind of guys. And it's really good, and the animation is really good. There's a bunch of fight scenes that are really solid, and it's just... I was really, really enjoying this anime. And, it ended and everything, but I was like, damn, that was sick as shit. So I really recommend it. And it's also new, 2020, but, goddamn, if you like anime and you like heists and criminals and just, like, caricatures of stuff, because for some reason the brawler's, like, superhuman, but I love the brawler. He was cool. But it was really good. I super recommend it to you. And then this other movie called Along Came a Spider, which actually, Along Came a Spider, 2001, starring Morgan Freeman and Michael Wincott and Monica Potter and Dylan Baker. And that's right, also Anton Yelkin. He's also in it. I miss Anton Yelkin. But this one is... When a senator's daughter under Secret Service protection is kidnapped from a private school, Detective Alex Cross investigates the case even though he's recovering from the loss of his partner. This movie was really good, and it's actually it's a 2-part movie because there's Along Came the Spider and Kiss the Girls. However, this movie probably had one of my favorite moments where Morgan Freeman said one of the coldest one-liners and then blasted a person. Where the person's like... Because here's a spoiler. The person Morgan Freeman teams up with is actually the bad guy, and at the very end, she's basically his partner, right? And he's recovering from the loss of his original partner, and he has her dead to rights, and she goes, "What are you gonna do? You're gonna lose another partner." And he just goes, "No, I won't." And he just blasts her in like the stomach and kills her because he's like, "I don't give a shit about you." Moving on to this movie called Always Be. Oh, you know what? Can I do this in a way? Yes, I can. Always Be My Maybe. This movie called Always Be My Maybe, which I thought was a pretty good rom-com. It is in 2019, starring Ali Wong and Randall Park. And it's basically about 2 childhood friends who, I think they had that pact of like, hey, when we're X years old, we'll get married, we'll be a couple kind of thing. And, so it's these 2 childhood friends who kind of got distant, but then after a certain point, like, oh, hey, don't you remember this funny thing we did? And then it kind of reveals, like, they do actually have a lot of feelings for each other, but she ends up dating Keanu Reeves. And he plays Keanu Reeves in the movie, but he plays, like, a horrible version of himself. But I really like this movie. I thought it was really funny. And, I really like Ali Wong and Randall Park. I think they're pretty funny. And I like this movie. I thought it was good. Oh yeah, moving on to the next thing. The next thing's fucking hype as shit. Hell yeah! Angel Cop from 1989 to 2000. I watched the whole series, which is like, what, 8 episodes? Angel Cop is badass, yo! An elite anti-terrorist agent battles terrorists threatening Japan, but a mysterious third player is involved in their own way. Because they're like super cyborg demon people. But they're also like monsters, because if I remember correctly, the main villain of this freaking... What's this? No, not that. No, this is not what I'm... No, that's not what I want. Here we go. What the hell's the name? Yeah, because the bad guys are like mutants. I can't remember. They're like monsters, though. Because there's someone who has pyrokinetic and telepathic abilities. They have psychic powers and teleporting. But where's the main one? Yeah, Lucifer, the main antagonist, is a hunter, a psychic sent to destroy anyone unjust in the world. Because these psychics, these hunters came down, and Angel Cop has to fight them. But Lucifer is basically... Because a long time ago, when Sandman was being announced to be a live-action thing, they casted... What is her name? Kristen... No. Brand of actress. Gwendolyn Christie, the actress who plays Brienne of Tarth, she was cast as Lucifer, and a lot of people got mad because they're like, well, Lucifer's not a woman. Well, let's be honest, Lucifer is, one, make-believe. Sorry, everyone. But also, that's not how angels look. They're mostly asexual. But also, she's a giant, tall, threatening woman, and she's blonde. Like, she doesn't matter. Like, you can make demons and, angels or whatever not really have a sex or whatever. I think it's fine. She's amazing. But she's cast as Lucifer. And then I watched Angel Cop, and guess what? Lucifer is a badass, tall, blonde, buff lady. And I was like, holy shit, it's almost perfect if somehow they would just cast her in Angel Cop. But yeah, Angel Cop is so fucking cool. And it's like, again, it's like late 2000s. What year did I say? It's from the 80s to 2000s. God, it's so fucking cool. I super enjoyed it. I fucking loved it. Wait, 89 to 2000? Does that mean there's more episodes than I saw? How many episodes are there? Episodes. Season 1? How many seasons are there? Eat shit. It's so good, though. Oh my god. And there's a part where there's like a cyborg cop fighting Lucifer. Oh my god, so good. Alright, moving on to the next recommendation is this thing called... There's this thing called Anima. It was on Netflix, and it is... What is this? Is this what I'm talking about? Is this the same thing? Oh yeah, okay, so Anima is a short musical film directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. Tom York of Radiohead stars in this mind-bending visual piece, Best Played Loud. So it's basically just a... It's a 15-minute music video, but I really enjoyed it because I love interpretive dance. I love music videos that go longer. I love the story it's telling, and it was really, really good. So I recommend that. It's also 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes. You can watch it. Shut up. And if you like Radiohead, you can watch it. Shut up. Oh, God, this next movie was really fucking good, and I love explaining it to people. Well, I don't love explaining it to people. But Antebellum in 2020, starring Janelle Monáe, who's one of my biggest crushes. I love her. Eric Lane and Jenna Malone. It is a drama horror mystery. A successful author, Veronica Henley, finds herself trapped in a horrifying reality and must uncover the mind-bending mystery before it's too late. I don't want to ruin this movie for anyone, but this movie's great. It is great. And it is such a fucked up, twisted ending that when it's revealed, you're just like, God damn, like, this is fucked up. It's so good. It's called Antebellum. It came out, again, 2020, and when I saw the trailer, I was like, damn, this looks good. And it was. It was one of my favorite movies I've seen. I was just like, damn, this movie's really good, but also, again, really fucked up. I don't want to ruin it. So I gotta move on. Alright. Moving on. This movie called Antlers came out in 2021. Also, I'm pretty sure on HBO Max or something. Stars Kerry Russell, Jesse Plemons, and Jeremy T. Thomas. In the isolated Oregon town, a middle school teacher and her sheriff brother become embroiled with her enigmatic student whose dark secrets lead to a terrifying encounters with an ancestral creature. Spoiler alerts. So basically, the student is his dad and his younger brother are infected with the Wendigo disease, where you have to eat human flesh, or else you get really stupid sick and die or whatever. So this movie is about them trying to uncover the mystery of like what happened to his family, blah 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 blah, and also how do you stop a Wendigo. I really enjoyed it. Some parts were kind of stupid and kind of lame, but it was a really good mystery for most of the part. For like most of the movie, it was a really good horror mystery. And also, I like Jesse Plemons. I wish he was in more stuff. All right, moving on to another movie I watched in 2014. I don't think that's the right one. It is not. That's Alpha. I don't want Alpha. That's what I watched. Appleseed in 1988. In a vast futuristic city built on the ashes of Third World War, a police officer and her cyborg partner fight terrorism. I enjoyed this because I love anime that came out in the 80s. And I thought it was really cool. And it's also cyborgs and robots. And it was really fucking cool. And I'm trying to remember how much of this I actually remember. Oh, wait, what's this? Is this what I watched? Oh, who's texting me? Leave me alone. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Which one did I watch? Oh, wait, what does this one look like? No, I didn't watch this one. Because this one's not in the 80s, Blake. This one is 2004, you idiot. You didn't watch the 2004 one. You watched the 80s one. But I love it. It was a really good 80s anime, and it's only an hour and 11 minutes long. It's actually pretty damn short, but damn was it solid. And I'm a big sucker for how robots and androids and, like, machines looked in the 80s animes. Like, Cowboy Bebop, I loved the sci-fi vibes of that one. So I recommend this one. It was really good. Oh yeah, we're going to move on to the next movie, which is a movie I watched as a kid on the original Sci-Fi Channel. And then I completely forgot about it, and I watched it again, because there's a lot of stuff I don't remember. It's a movie called Arachnid in 2001, where a scientific expedition investigating the outbreak of an unknown viral epidemic on an island in the South Pacific battles with giant alien spiders in the jungle. Dudes! This movie was pretty freaking sick. But yeah, it's just cool because it was a bunch of practical effect they were giant spider monsters and they're just eating people and like people I think exploded. Oh my god, this movie was great. Like I'm pretty sure a guy got like infected in the tummy with spiders. Not arachnophobia, get out of here, that's a different movie. But yeah, I liked Arachnid. I can't remember what I watched it on. It might be on Tubi, that free streaming service. But I liked it, so I recommend that. Alright. This next movie is huge to me. 2021, a movie was released by one of my favorite directors ever, Zack Snyder, called Army of the Dead. Following the zombie outbreak in Los Angeles, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into a quarantine zone to pull off one of the greatest heists ever attempted. This movie stars Dave Bautista, Ella Purnell, Amari Hardwick, Ana de la Reguera, Theo Rossi, Mateus Schweighofer, Nora Arnezeder, Hiroyuki Sanada, who's one of my favorite actors of all time, Garrett Dillahunt, Tig Notaro, Raul Costello. Is that everyone who matters? Oh wait, hold on, not done yet. Where did I stop? Oh, Huma Kuishi, Samantha Wynn, Richard Citrone, and Michael Cassidy. Wait a minute, where's Steve Garona, Chelsea? Anyways, this movie is fucking goddamn fantastic. Because it's a bunch of like a ragtag team of heavy hitters going to a fucking zombie-infested Las Vegas to just steal money and some other shit, I'm pretty sure. But you have one, Amari Hardwick is like a beast in this. He's fucking jacked as shit and he's like a giant chainsaw thing. He also fist fights the final zombie boss. And Dave Bautista in this movie is so fucking good. And there's a part where Dave Bautista just kills like 5 zombies and he like completely demolishes them. This movie was so fucking cool and awesome. But also this movie's trippy as shit because so this is gonna be part of like a trilogy, I think. Like there's more movies and like TV shows to spun off this, so there's going to be more secrets revealed. But there's aliens and cyborgs in this movie, and there might be a time loop. Like they might be stuck in a time loop, but they don't know. There's so much secret shit happening in this that people just don't know what the fuck is happening. But it's so fucking cool, and Dave Bautista's so fucking good in it. I love Dave Bautista, and I love him in this movie. And also, I fucking love Amari Hardwick. After watching this movie, I was like, dude, that guy's a badass. He's like a beast. One of my favorite things, though, about this is Zack Snyder originally had another actor cast, but he ended up doing really shady, shitty shit. Like, I think he was sexually harassing people and everything. So basically, Zack Snyder removed him from the entire movie, but even though they already filmed scenes, but they removed him completely, and then they just redid all the scenes with green screen with the new actress Tig Notaro on top of him. Because Zack Snyder was like, fuck you, I'm removing you from my movie. I don't care how much I'm passed through the movie. You're not going to be in this. And I thought that was really solid of Zack to do. But this movie's great. And again, like, if you want to see some gnarly zombie killing, I recommend Army of the Dead. And there's a zombie tiger because it's in Vegas. So it's like Siegfried and Roy's zombies. And this was like a zombie tiger. And, oh, the trailer's playing in the background. I'm looking at it. There's like the zombie. Because then the zombies are like sentient. Like they're smart. Like they can do stuff. And they make like tribes. And then they like you can sacrifice people to the tribes. And the zombies will like kind of let you get a pass slightly. It's really cool. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see more about this. What I'm looking at. That's probably it. Okay, so those are a handful of recommendations and what I watched last night. So go ahead and stay tuned for more film class and more recommendations with me, your host, Blake. Thanks for listening.